Hello everybody, I'm Christina with Paper Gears and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the US, and today I want to show you how I made this really quick and easy Always Thinking of You flower and butterfly card. And here's the inside. This is a perfect card for beginners. It doesn't use a lot of extra material, so if you're new to stamping or if you're a beginner paper crafter, this is a perfect card for you. So if you enjoy this stamp set and would like to purchase it for yourself, you can do that at any point in time in my online store, and I have a link down below. If you would like to get one of our beautiful occasions catalog so that you can flip through all of the amazing things that are here in this catalog, like some of those birthday suites, Valentine's Day suites, all those great things, please let me know. The stamp set that we're working with today can be found on page 29, which is right here. And look at that gorgeous stamp set. It also is on the same page as our new brush show stuff, which I'll have a video coming out about that soon. But here's the stamp set. You can either decide to purchase it in wood mount or in clear mount, which just means that you either get the wood pieces attached with it, or you attach it to some of our clear blocks, which I have an example of our clear blocks right here. So that's our example of clear blocks. I decided to purchase them in wood mounts. I actually did it accidentally, but it's worked out really well. I used and made this card for an event that I went to, and it was really great just to have everything already wood mounted. So again, this is the stamp set. This is how all of our stamps come. There are 5 stamps in this set. You have these gorgeous gorgeous flower and butterfly, and then for today's stamp we're going to be doing the Always Thinking of You, but this would work also really great if you just needed this for a birthday card. Get everything centered again. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start. And like I said, this is a really great card for beginner crafters. So I have right here what we call like a standard card base. So this is 5.5 by 8.5 sheet of paper, which you can do by just cutting a piece of 8.5 by 11 standard cardstock down in half, and then you just score it again in half, which is 4 1/4, which gives you a standard card base. I know when I first was starting out, I was super confused on how everybody knew all these numbers and crazy things. So there it is. Then I've also went ahead and cut down 2 pieces of Whisper White. One of them is for my inside. Actually, this is my one for my inside. So I have one that is 4 by 5 1/4, which will go in here for my inside matting. And then I have one that is, I will have to get the dimensions on how I did the black matting for this one for you guys. Oh wait, I can measure it right here. So the grid paper that we have is great for things like that. So this is 4 3/4 by 3 3/4 with the Whisper White, and then my black sheet of paper is 5 and 3 3/4. So I think the other one was 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my real rose red, or my rose red, not my real rose red, my rose red Stampin' Pad, and I am going to stamp my card base in the rose red. And then if you're new to stamping, I'll do this in the camera. You just tap a couple times and then make sure that your ink is evenly distributed. Okay, so, and this is just going to kind of create a background for your card base. So this can be really random. You don't have to worry about how this is really going to look, because a lot of this is going to end up getting covered up, but it gives, again, the really nice kind of background focal pieces that you see here. So that's how I did that one, is I used the butterflies for that. And then I do recommend always covering your workspace with some type of paper. We have this grid paper that's available for anybody to purchase. Again, you can purchase that at my online store. And then we're just going to get one more butterfly in here like that. Okay, great. So again, that's just the background. And so we're going to put him off to the side. We don't need him anymore for right now. And then I'm going to take my inside piece here, which is my little bit larger piece that I've somehow lost. Oh, right here. And I'm going to fully ink up, again, my butterfly because I've already had him in my hand. And I'm just going to put him here at an angle somewhere up. And all my cards, when I made these, they all ended up a little bit differently, but that's okay because really you just want him to kind of be starting to flutter onto the scene. So that's going to be really gorgeous. So then we're done with that one. See, easy, easy, easy. I love easy cards. I love creating. It's really great sometimes to create really intricate and challenging cards, but it's also really great just to make some really quick, easy cards that you can share with your friends and family. So I do encourage you, if you're making cards, to get those cards in the mail and send them out. Sometimes that's where I struggle, is I make these beautiful cards and then I don't get them back out into the mail. So that's a goal for me for 2018. Okay, that's really great. So I wanted to talk to you guys quickly about, like, let's say I hated how this came out. Maybe it just didn't go great, okay? You can always flip around. You have a whole nother side, and then it's your stamp again. I do this a lot. Sometimes I don't give even pressure. Sometimes I didn't ink it up correctly. There's all sorts of reasons. So don't let that deter you if you are a new stamper. Just trying this out, trying to figure out how to stamp. And I'm going to say that I'm not going to mess up my words now, so hopefully this all works out. But I'm going to just line him up somewhere up here to just say always thinking of you. Nice even pressure. And see, like what I said, the U is kind of coming off. So if I don't like that, I can flip it around and we just try again. So maybe I'll just start with the always thinking of you part here first. Get him evenly lined up. Great, that's on there a little bit better. We're going to ink up our flower again. And I'm just going to make sure that he's really even, so I don't have to do this, cut another piece of paper out. But if I do have to cut another piece of paper out, it's really not the end of the world, right? So, okay, so we're going to give it nice even pressure. There we go. Beautiful card. And actually I got a nice kind of like gradient going on in there, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close up my ink pad so that way I don't end up putting my hand in it anywhere. And then I have my watercolor pencils and a blender pen. And for the inside butterfly, I ended up using the Pacific Point and the Bermuda Bay. So I'm going to pull those two colors out. And then I also used the Real Red and the Old Olive color. And so it comes in a box. And so I just pulled the box out and I cut out the color swatches right here and then put these into a clear case, which again you can find in my online store. So for the coloring, I'm just going to go in here very lightly and color throughout. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do in here, and I'm going to do that with my Old Olive and my two butterflies. And I will speed through this part and I will join you guys again in a second. Okay, so now we have our 2 cards colored in. And then I'm going to take my, this pen right here that's clear, that is a blender pen. Not to be confused with our new Stampin' Blends that we have. So this one's a clear one. And this just kind of smooths out all of my coloring and gives it a little bit like of a watercolor type of effect. Or just kind of smooths it out, more maybe like a stained glass type of effect. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to color all of my pieces in. Okay, I'm going to be careful not to just go into my ink really much, or into my rose red ink. So I'm going to try to stay really well in the lines. And then I'm going to only color like colors at the same time. So I'm just going to do the green in here, the Tempting Turquoise in here right now, and then I'll come back in and do the blue, which is our Pacific Point in here. And then I'm going to again speed through this process, and I will see you guys back in a minute. Okay, so I'm finishing up here with my blenders. And then you can see, just to remove the color, you just kind of go off the side and scribble until it goes clean. So again, there are my 2 cards. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to use my favorite adhesive. And so everybody, there's always lots of debate about which kind of adhesive to use, which one is the best, this, that, and the other. I really just say to use whichever one you feel comfortable with. I really love snail. There's Fast Fuse that really holds things together. We also have Tombow in stock, and so my Fast Fuse has actually ran out. So I'm going to use Tombow for this project. There is some differences, like when you should use one versus the other, but for this card, it really doesn't matter. It just kind of more matters. You just need to get some type of adhesive on your card to attach it together. So I just kind of make some scribbles with my Tombow across my card. We're going to mat it onto our basic black, and then I just kind of always eyeball this, that way it's center. That is kind of the nice thing about using Tombow, is you do have a little bit of give. You can kind of still adjust it, which is great. Then we're going to take the inside of our card and attach our beautiful butterfly into it. And I did leave a lot of space in the card, so that way you can add your own greetings and you can write something in there for that person that you're sending this card to. I usually really like to do that. When I first started out though, I didn't usually do a lot on the inside, and that's kind of something that I've been building. So if you are perfectly happy at doing something just on the outside while you get your feet wet, that is a perfectly acceptable way to go about this. So crafting is very much a journey, and I am just here to help encourage you along that journey. Now, if you are a crafter and you are wanting to make this your own business, please contact me, because I would be happy to share with you the Stampin' Up! Opportunity. And right now we have a special going on from January 31st, 2018 to the end of March, so January 3rd until March 31st, excuse me, for all Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. When you join, there's a special going on. So we're going to use some gold faceted gems. These are actually from our annual catalog, and I'm going to use the big one. So these have already little adhesive glue dots on the back, and I'm just using a poker, so that way I can get it a little bit better. My nails are a little bit long right now to get it with my true fingers, and it just kind of helps me place it a little bit better. So we're just going to put it here in the center of the flower, and then we have a little bit of an embellishment. So again, for all my beginners out there, what we did as a recap is you have 3 layers to your card. You have your standard card, you stamped something, and then you added in a little bit of an embellishment. This is kind of like our standard within Stampin' Up, and really just in cards in general, you're going to have a few layers to your card and then some type of an embellishment. Then when you open the card, you have this pretty little butterfly that's coming into your card, making it a little bit magical. You have plenty of space to write a greeting towards the recipient of this card, and you're done. So again, very quick and easy card. I hope that you enjoyed this card. If you like this card, please give me the thumbs up down below. If you are new to my YouTube channel, I would love for you to go ahead and subscribe, share this with your friends, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to me. And again, you can purchase all of these products at my online store. Make sure to visit my website, www.papergears.com, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.